Hello, and welcome back to the coronavirus update video number 33. Today's date is the 27th of April 2020, and you may think that something is quite different to the normal videos, and yes, you are correct. If you can see right behind me, I haven't got the chair. Now, why will you be asking, where is the chair? Well, I've got allergies. And when I sit down, my nasal passage blocks and I can't breathe. So sitting down yesterday, a lot of you were saying that I was suffering a lot. And yes, I was. Even eating lunch today, I found it very difficult to sit down. So I've actually got the tripod on the chair, and now I'm going to be standing whilst giving you guys this show today. Whew, let's try and get through this as much as possible. And yes, I do have a very red eye. It's very itchy. I'm taking medicine, so please don't worry about me too much. I will survive, don't worry. Okay, so first of all, thank you for everyone who is coming back to these videos. Thank you everyone for watching and sharing these videos as well. As of today, we actually reached 8,000 likes on this page and over 14,000 followers as well. So for all of you guys watching right now, thank you, because it is you guys sharing these videos and getting the information out to the correct hands here. Right, and let's just start. So as always, I like to go through the statistics over the last 24 hours here in Spain. So we're going to do that straight away. Then we'll jump into some news and basically give you a rundown on the last 24 hours here in Spain and what has been updated and what has not been updated so far. Okay, so the infection rate in Spain, we have got 209,465 people in total, and that is 1,831 over the last previous day. And yes, I posted this today, and there's still going to be a lot of people complaining about this. I only post the information on the day that it comes out, not for the for the day previously. I know people say that the date is the 26th and on the 20th. I know. I'm going to be putting a video out after this one, basically explaining what the statistics are and how they are counted as well. I know they're going through the PCR, which I talked about a couple of videos ago. So I'm going to do a short video afterwards, because if not, there's going to be always people complaining, and I can't win. You know, I'm just giving you guys the information as it comes out to me. Okay, so the recovery rate in Spain, there is 100,875 people who have recovered from the coronavirus here in Spain, and that is 2,144 over the last 24 hours. So the recovery rate is actually better than the infection rate, which is great news, really good news. And we've actually gone over the 100,000 mark, so really good for Spain. Oh God, you can hear it, can't you? Oh. And as for the death rate, we are at 23,521 in total, and that is 331 over the last 24 hours. Right, now there's some other news as well that has come out. Over the last 24 hours, 8 of the regions of Spain, 8 of these regions haven't received any ICU cases in the last 24 hours, which is brilliant to see. Also, there's healthcare services. We have talked about this in the past, the infection rate for the healthcare services. And yes, this number has actually gone up, and there's a new number that came out today, which was 37,994 health service workers have been infected. Now, I believe the death rate was around the 50 mark, but I haven't been updated on that today. So when I do get that information, I will let you know about that. And in total, with the worldwide infection rate, we have reached over 3 million people infected, and actually a third of this is actually coming from the United States. Of course, they're a lot bigger, so we expected something like this to happen, but yeah, we'll go from there. Right, some more statistics, but also some news coming out. So there's been temporary hospitals that have been opening up all over Spain, the majority of them being in the major cities such as Barcelona, Madrid, Castilla-La Mancha. However, a lot of these now are being basically, they're still going to be around, but the staff that are working in them are now going back to their normal jobs and their normal hospitals, which is great news. And in fact, one hospital in Barcelona stated today that of the 1,200 beds that they had available and were being used, now they are only down to 128 patients currently in that temporary hospital. So that's really good news as well. You can already see that the infection rate is going down, and the ICU is going down, the death rate is going down. So we're all going forth with this. We see the light at the end of the tunnel, so we are so close to this. Really, really close today. Okay. So let's jump into some other news. Now, I know all of you guys watching right now, all 1,500 of you right now, I want to thank you first of all, because last night I posted a video that for me, it even got my teary eyes going. When I finished it, I edited all these clips together, and these clips were the clips that you guys sent to me. All they were was, I asked that if you could send me clips of your family going out for the first time with their children. That's all I wanted, just to put a little montage together and show it out, a bit of positivity. But wow, the actual effect that it had, that now in only 12 hours, that video right now is the most viewed on this page. And that's only taken 12 hours for you guys to do it, the most shared as well. So guys, thank you so much. I didn't realize how much of an impact it would make on so many people. But yeah, I completely agree. Why? As soon as I finished editing, sat back and watched it for the first time, that little tear, it crept out. It really, really did. Just seeing the smiles on their faces and reactions of them being able to go out for the first time, that was absolutely unbelievable. And that's exactly what we should be seeing. Positivity instead of negativity. You know, we are all in this together, so why should we be so negative towards each other when we should be positive and looking towards the future with this in a positive eye? So yeah, if you haven't seen it, go back onto this page after this video, have a look at the video, watch it, share it, because I want to start getting it viral. You know, a lot of people back in the UK and Ireland, they're not able to see exactly what we are going through. So for them to see something like that, to see the positivity coming out of Spain, I think that's going to be something huge that we can do. I've already had a news reporter actually message me about that video as well, so hopefully we can start going national with this and maybe getting it to other countries as well, so fingers crossed. Okay, so speaking of children being out yesterday, well, there was of course some problems and a lot of people messaging me about the problems. So as of yesterday, children were allowed out for 1 hour a day. I posted a short video about the rules that they have to be following on this page, so you can go back and putting in the playlist of frequently asked questions. But from all the videos that I've seen that have been sent to me, all the people that I've seen around my area as well, it was a success. Absolute success. There was nobody breaking the rules whatsoever. However, the videos that did get sent to me on this group, there were some videos that were actually from the news, and these were children playing in the parks, the actual parks in the city centres of Valencia, Madrid and Barcelona. Now, these videos coming out were children playing football together, and I must reiterate this. Children cannot play with each other. I'm sorry, but this is not actually allowed. It is not permitted. So, of course, there were going to be people angry seeing these videos, but what you have to remember, it's probably about 7 or 8 videos or photos that actually came out. But because these were seen by over 100,000 people, it was, of course, taken out of proportion. Whereas the positive videos where there is just one child running down the street, or 1 or 2 children riding their scooters or riding their bikes, that doesn't get seen by 100,000. And that is where the problem is. Everyone's looking at the negativity and not looking at the positivity. So we're going to fix this, guys. We have to fix this. Yes, the police are starting to work on this. And actually the Valencian police, they've announced that they're planning to now close, unless this problem is resolved and the parents are actually in control of their children, they will be closing down the actual parks in the city centre. So yes, the police are going to be doing stuff about this. Now, fines. Some people have asked, well, what are the repercussions if someone is out there breaking the rules with a child? And yes, they have actually released the information of what is going to be happening for the parents and for the children, obviously, if they are caught breaking these rules. So for the moment, it's very similar to the rules that we are put into place at the moment, as in the fining rules. It's from 600 euros all the way up to 30,000 euros. Now, the 600 euros, this will be for anyone who is going out with more than 3 children, going out with 2 parents, and going to a playground. Now, I know I said yesterday about playground parks. Yes, parks, open space parks are okay. It's the playgrounds with swings and slides. This is not allowed. The same as communal areas where, for example, football pitches or tennis courts or something like this. These are off limits as well. So if you're caught in these areas, or if you're caught breaking these rules, these ones, it will be a 600 euro fine. It then goes up to €1,500, and this is going to be for anyone who is not complying with the restriction of distance, as in maybe meeting another parent and talking within a meter distance or 2 meter distance. Then yes, this could be more severe, and it could be up to €1,500 for a fine. Also, going further than a kilometre away from your home, this is also going to be a €1,500 fine. Now, the more extreme circumstances of being fined up to 30,000, this is of course going to be in very, very extreme cases. This will be, for example, if you're taking your child out for 20 kilometers on their bike ride, you're refusing to show identification, you're refusing to show or to cooperate with the police, then yeah, this will probably land you with a €30,000 fine, or in fact, it could land you in jail sentence as well. So please be very careful out there. Okay. Now, some people also messaged yesterday basically saying how disgusted they are that the children are playing with other children. Well, children won't know this. You know, they have to be taught by the parents. They're the ones who have been in their home for the last 45 days. It should be the parents teaching them that no, they are not allowed to go and play with the other children for the moment. They will be able to in the future. You know, you have to be kind of positive with them in a way, but you have to be very strict with them. But some people actually complaining, saying, no, it's the children. You try and control a child at this, I have to say that I know it's difficult to control a child, but it's just a bit of understanding. You have to speak to them on their level. And the majority of the videos that I saw yesterday, you guys were fantastic. You kept with the rules. So I thought really, really good things were coming out of that. And they all seemed so, so happy. Right, let's move on. My rant is over, I promise. May the 2nd. Now, I did a video 2 days ago in the evening. It was an update video of course, President Sanchez actually talking about the initial proposal on May the 2nd that individual sports and activities will commence. In other words, it's a slight lift on the lockdown. It's not going to be a complete lift. All the other rules will actually stay the same, as in cars, walking your dog, well, maybe walking your dogs, but going into cars, work, this will all be the same. The only difference that he is talking about with May the 2nd is going to be allowing people out to go out and do some individual exercise, or with walks from people in the same household. That's all he's mentioned. Now, none of this is confirmed. It still has to go to Congress tomorrow, and we have to, of course, see if Parliament actually agree with this, and it is approved. Most likely it's going to be approved because the political parties that are against President Sanchez and his party, they have been for the lockdown being lifted quite sooner. So yeah, I think this is going to be activated in the next couple of days, and hopefully a proposal will come through where we'll actually see more specific of what is actually going to be classed as individual sport and what we will be allowed to do. So what I can see is individual sport, it's going to be basically running, walking or hiking, and possibly cycling as well. That's probably the only things that I can see. I've had a lot of questions asking about taking quad bikes out into the mountains, or motorbikes and stuff. This, unfortunately, is not individual exercise, and I don't think this will be class. Sorry, it is individual exercise in a way. It's a sport, but it's not going to be exercise in this sense. And no, I don't think that's going to be happening. The same as fishing. We've had several people asking about going on a boat and going fishing. I don't think this will be allowed because in Spain they don't see that as a recreational sport. That is going to be something for the health. So no, I don't think that's going to be happening there either. So we just have to wait and see. So basically, tomorrow, Tuesday the 28th, the president is going to be making the announcement. I will be watching live, definitely, and seeing what he puts into his proposal. Of course, I'll be writing everything down, and of course, we have to wait and see what is going to be happening if it's accepted, if all of the terms are accepted as well. So we just have to wait and see. Good question there. Water sports. No, I don't think water sports will be allowed because, of course, a lot of the beaches are closed. Some of them are open, and of course, a couple of people are complaining about the people on the beach. No, some people are allowed to go onto the beaches, as in the beaches are open. I know there's some down in Malaga that were open, and there were a couple up in the north as well that they were allowed open. The beaches stayed open for the public, as in they were having a lot more space to run around. So yeah, some beaches are open. However, water sports, as in going for a swim in the sea, I don't think this would be allowed. The same as communal areas, because we're still on the lockdown with all communal areas being closed off. I don't think you'll be allowed to go in communal swimming pools either. So we just have to wait and see, really. Let's move on. Okay, so that's the 2nd of May. Now, a lot of people have also been messaging me and asking for my opinion, asking for a prediction of what's going to be happening on May the 9th. Now, I'm not going to be giving an actual prediction of what I think is going to be happening, but what I can do is talk about the different things that everyone has to think about, and then you guys can take away what you feel is going to be appropriate in this sense. Now, we are close to May the 9th. We're closer to May the 2nd, obviously, but we are quite close to May the 9th. Now, there are still a lot of proposals that have to be put into place, and these are going to have to be for the different sectors, the work sectors. For example, I spoke about this about a week ago. The government really do have to think about every single sector that the public are going to be using. So, for example, shops. We spoke about this a while ago, that clothes shops, if they open up again, how are they going to be functioning? Is there going to be a limit of people going into each shop, as in what some supermarkets and what some pharmacies are doing at the moment? Will you have to wear a mask? Will you have to wear gloves? Will there be a hand sanitizer station at each entrance of these places? We don't know. So that could be something that the government still have to take into consideration. But then if you think about clothes shops specifically, clothes shops, shoe shops, well, are the people now allowed to try on the clothes? Because, well, if you think about it, trying on clothes, you are putting something that is on your body that you could be contaminated with the coronavirus, and then maybe you don't like it and put it back onto the shelf. Again, these rules will all have to change. We're not going to be going back to the normality anytime soon, but this all has to be taken into consideration. The same as furniture shops. I'm going to give a good example right now. IKEA. We all love IKEA. IKEA is great because of the meatballs. Well, veggie balls for me. But you've also got a lot of the furniture there is cheap, and you can see everything. You can try all of the furniture out. Well, what's going to happen with that? Are we now allowed to go back to these furniture shops and test out everything, or is everything now going to be off limits and you can only go and pick up what you need from the flat packs, the boxes? We don't know. Again, all of these different things have to be taken into consideration. So for a lot of the people now saying that we should be out and we should be, well, yeah, okay, we should be out, but we have to think about all these things before rushing into lifting up the lockdown and everyone running free. So yeah, that was basically my rant. Now, Italy. We're going to talk about Italy very quickly, and this is to do with the lockdown and what you guys think. Italy have now started putting the plan together, and they've actually put in dates, specific dates of what is going to be lifted on certain days. Now, like a lot of people have been asking about restaurants and bars, that is actually on the last of their agenda. That's going to be back up to June before bars and restaurants are going to be opening up. But what's going to be happening with them? Again, we've talked about it in the past. Will they have to have some sort of protocol where only a certain amount of people are allowed to go into these restaurants? Do you have to have a reservation to be able to go in? Are they taking temperatures? All of this stuff has to be taken into consideration here. So Italy have now started doing this, and I think if Spain are going to be very similar to what Italy are doing, then we could see, hopefully by June time, we'll see some sort of normality coming back into play, but not, of course, complete lockdown. Like President Sanchez said, we're not going to have complete normality until we get a vaccination or something that treats the coronavirus. So we just have to wait and see what is going to be happening with that. Also, flights. No, I don't know what's going on with flights. It could be, for example, we could have the information for Spain and only Spain, and if that's the case, then, well, maybe June time we could have flights coming in. But it doesn't just count on Spain, it counts on the other countries as well. If you think about the majority of the people coming to Spain are Europeans, and majority are coming from the United Kingdom, Ireland, Scotland, Wales, if you think about Sweden and Denmark, you know, they're coming in, but they might have great numbers, but you also have to take into consideration the other countries, for example, France and the United Kingdom, they still have quite high infection rates. So will we be back to normal based on their infection rates, or will we be back to normal on Spain's infection rates? We don't know about this. So again, it's all the information that we have to consider. And this is the information that President Sanchez has to think about every single day. So this is like a concoction of different things that we've got to think about. And we've got to get the recipe right before we can put something out there for the public to test and try. Anyway, right, I think that's going to be it for today. We've talked about lots of different things. Airlines, I've talked about this. Yeah, Wizz and Jet2, this was a lot of people. Ralph, you mentioned this a couple of times. I've been sent, I've never actually heard of these guys before. The airline Wizz, they're going to be resuming flights from May. I don't know if this is going to be happening or not. I really don't, because again, it all depends on the borders and who's going to be allowed in. Is it only going to be residences? Is it going to be property owners? Or is it going to be people with NIE numbers? We don't know about this information yet. So when people are sharing that this information is coming out, the airlines are going to be opening up from mid-May. Great. I think that's great news that they're pushing the government to try and get the tourism industry going again. But we have to wait and see. So I wouldn't actually book any of these flights just in case. You know, if you're trying to get on an emergency flight to come back, yeah, that's fine. Okay, lastly, I've been adding in some more videos to the frequently asked question playlist. I'm going to be doing some more today, and I'm going to be putting these videos out there. It's just the frequently asked questions that I dive deep into it. I give a 3 to 4 minute video, just basically giving all the information about a specific topic. We've already covered dog walking, going to the supermarkets, children allowed out, and today, what was the one that I did today? Can I remember? No, that's how my mind's working. But I've put up a new one anyway there today. All right, and lastly, today is, of course, my mother-in-law's birthday. Yay! All right, so my mother-in-law, I won't tell her number. She is turning a very, very good positive number today. And I just want to say happy birthday, feliz cumpleaños, Mary. Her name is Mary, which is M-E-R-Y. So if you guys watching right now, if you can put the love heart. Send a load of love hearts for Mary. Just keep pressing it. Keep pressing it. Keep pressing it. I've told Freddie, my father-in-law, to watch it with her today. Keep pressing that love heart. And I want to see as many love hearts going on this video right now. Just as many as possible. Because I can't actually send... Well, we've tried sending her a present today, but I can't be with her today. And you know, she's just fantastic. So keep pressing that love heart button for her. Mary, este todo corazones es para ti. Todos los corazones aquí en este video es todo para ti. Felicidades, en serio, felicidades, feliz cumpleaños, te quiero mucho y enhorabuena para tu cumple. Right guys, I'm sorry that was a short message for my mother-in-law there. You can put a message if you want. You can say happy birthday Mary or happy birthday Adrian's mother-in-law. You could do whatever you want, but if you can share out this video as much as possible, I know it's going to help a lot of people. Also, go back to the, if you haven't watched yet, the children running out for the first time, go and watch the video after this one, because it really is a tearjerker. The amount of people who've said they've got a lump in their throat just from watching it, I just think, yeah, really, really good. Anyway, guys, that is going to be it for today. I'm going to go through and read all your comments now. Keep sending those love hearts, because I know Mary is going to be loving these. Look, you guys, feliz cumple, Mary. Oh, you guys are brilliant. Thank you so much, guys. Right, I will see you tomorrow at 4 p.m. Hopefully we'll have news on the May 2nd situation, and I'll keep you up to date as soon as I hear anything else. Bye, guys.